Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this one, you'll see the Philadelphia 76ers against the Brooklyn Nets. And with LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Allen is out there with Junior, and it's Irving in at point guard. And for Philadelphia, Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. Clint Capella is out there with Embiid, and it's Simmons in at the one spot. Greg, the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if the guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Richardson dishes to Capella. He's looking for Richardson and finds him. Pass to Simmons. And they double up Simmons. Here's Harris, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Catch and drain. Harris is a dead-eye shooter. He provides great space.
Now the pass to Allen, to the paint. And Junior gets it to go on the assist by Allen.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Embiid, the pass to Harris. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker.
Durant against Simmons. Over Simmons. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Clock at 6. On deep. No good from Simmons.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, maybe we all know Harris as a shooter, but he can still get up. Fires
from the wing. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
At this point, it's clear that the team wants to build around Junior. He's got the upside to be the franchise centerpiece for the next decade. No reason for them not to build around him.
You know, Greg, I think most would agree Junior can take this team all the way. He's got the skill and the upside, and there's a lot to like about this decision. Good. Irving's got 5 points so far. And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons, his age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
I just love the production Capella gives this team. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. He's their defensive anchor. He finishes off the oops, and he can make nice passes out the pick and roll. Not a great play on either end. Bad delivery and way too late to react on the catch.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Richardson gets a wide-open look. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Embiid inside, defended by Allen. Here's Harris, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. He has 6.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Duncan, and the dunk by Duncan. Well, Greg, it was obvious when they traded Cobb, but this team views Junior as their franchise player heading forward.
And you can't argue with them the way Junior has played. It's a shame they didn't think there was a way for Junior and Cobb to coexist. But the choice is clear. This franchise is in Junior's hands.
Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Up again. Nice yet again. Brooklyn with the rebound. Duncan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Durant in the corner. Back to Irving. Pass to Junior. Allen kicks to Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 10 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
And the 76ers decide to take it. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Clint Capella. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Burks in for Simmons. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. To Duncan, and Junior throws it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
And here now is Thybulle. Passes it to Korkmaz. Here's Burks. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Duncan. Harris inside, defended by Thybulle. Inside, it's deflected. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
He was all alone on that one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Harris. Pass to Korkmaz. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. Duncan with it. He's coming off a 34-point game against Utah.
And he didn't ignore the defensive aspect either. I mean, his 3 blocks tell that story.
The 76ers trail by 15. And 1:01 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Burks. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Philadelphia has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And stolen by Junior. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Took him no time at all on that one. Hardaway has got 6.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Oh, yeah, they certainly found something along the perimeter. Just an onslaught of a 3-point bomb.
And the shot goes down. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Duncan at the elbow. Puts it up from 17, and the shot is long. Now, here's Milton. They get it again. Burks. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
That's the way you want to end the quarter.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
Matisse Thybulle's out there with Korkmaz. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Burks in at the point. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. A shot by Milton, no good. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Jazz, had a huge game. He dropped in 34 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Clint Capella comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Ben Simmons in for Matisse Thybulle. Luwawu, the pass to Duncan. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Luwawu. Duncan down low. Capella's there. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Richardson's checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Irving's checked in for Dinwiddie. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Crawford against Richardson. Nice D from Crawford. Nets leading by 15. To the middle. Here's Duncan. Irving passes to Duncan. Back to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Duncan with the bucket.
Wow, I love everything Junior was doing tonight, playing with intensity and getting big buckets.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Staying with your game plan is so important, especially when you are away from your home arena.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Shake Milton. Matisse Thybulle's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Burks in for Simmons. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Now, here's Thybulle. D right on him. Now, Burks. 11 points in the game. That shot off. Some solid defense from Harris.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Tries to save it. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Thybulle on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Thybulle can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
Burks looking around. Down low. Here's Embiid. Over Jordan. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And so it's different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Junior's out there with Durant, and it's Allen in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, nice to see Capella find the open teammate as he continues to develop his ability to create for others.
Duncan dishes to Irving. Lets it go from 14. Rebound by the 76ers. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Burks the pass to Embiid. And that one, good. Embiid's got 7.
What a finisher Embiid is. He's a pro at not letting the defense dictate to him.
Irving against Burks. Here's Junior. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid. He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shooting. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. Irving passes to Junior. Here's Allen. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. And the Nets lead by 20.
And you can see the floor awareness there. Junior more than capable of spotting the open teammate.
Richardson against Allen. Richardson kicks to Capella. The pass to Simmons. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Harris, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
LeVert finds Duncan. And Junior throws it down.
Oh, getting up. Junior gets to the rim for the flush. It's the easiest shot in basketball if you got hops.
Richardson the pass to Embiid. Over Allen. Embiid, no good. Nets leading by 22. Here's LeVert. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Pass to Harris. Richardson outside. Back to Harris. Richardson trying to break loose. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, when Harris is down deep, he is exceptional with being physical. Really puts defenders in a tough spot.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. And the Nets also making a change. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Duncan kicks to LeVert. Crawford outside. To the inside, Irving. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simmons. Duncan with the block.
Great awareness on the defensive end. Junior relishes any chance he gets to rise up and block it.
Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Durant dishes to Junior. And the dunk by Duncan.
Mr. Everything. Durant can score it, pass it, do what you want to do. He can defend at a high level. So fun watching him play.
Richardson outside. The drive by Simmons. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got his fourth rebound in this one. Lob pass to Duncan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Clint Capella.
Improving so much since his rookie season. I can't wait to see the next step LeVert makes in his career.
And the 76ers with some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Richardson. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Now, here's Thybulle. LeVert defending. Back to Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
The versatility of Simmons is astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane. And everyone wants Simmons to add a consistent outside jump shot. But while that's a work in progress, he does just fine at the rim. An incredibly adept finisher up close.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see incredible concentration from the Australian. Even when you body Simmons up, he's great at powering through.
Duncan. Off the left rim and out. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes it to Milton. Pass to Simmons. Over Irvin. Simmons missing again. The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And the free throw drops for LeVert.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Alec Burks subbed in for Shake Milton. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Brooklyn. Simmons against Dinwiddie. And that one's good. Simmons.
He's really turned it around here in the second half. I mean, his offense has returned.
And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Jordan can't get it to go.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Dinwiddie passes to Junior. And the dunk by Duncan.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Simmons inside. Dinwiddie covering. Great open look there. Thybulle's got 5 points so far.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
To the middle. Here's Jordan. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Junior's got his 5th assist in this one.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Here's Burks. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot's good from Jordan. 10 points for him.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
So here's Burks. Here's Simmons to the wing on the left. Here's Korkmaz. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Look, I love how Simmons makes his teammates better. He's consistent at looking to get them going.
And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. Back right after this.
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to...
For Philadelphia, Josh Richardson comes in for Burks. Then for the Nets, Junior's checked in for Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Harris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And his teammates love this. When Allen is aggressive trying to score, really puts pressure on the opposing defense.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. You hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Scotty's checked in for Joel Embiid. Shake Milton comes in for Harris. And Raul Neto is subbed in for Simmons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Oh, he shows some patience with that pump fake. Junior can beat opponents in a number of different ways.
And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid comes in for Scott, and it's Ben Simmons in for Raul Neto. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Capella with it. He's picked up by KD. The pass to Simmons. Now Richardson to the paint. Embiid, the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, he continues to improve as a passer. The sky's the limit for Embiid and his all-around game.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Oh, that's just the mentality you have to have. Not wanting to give the opposition any hope of clawing back into this. A good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
Pass to Richardson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Zaire Smith comes in for Simmons.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here's Smith, passes it to Milton. He kicks it to Capella, and the foul called on Junior. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target score, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained, and I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in, and I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. Allen finds Prince. Duncan. Allen trying to break free, and Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Prince.
With his footwork and his skills, Junior can be tough to handle on the interior. I know I wouldn't want to take him on that.
Pass to O'Quinn. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he knocks down the first one. Scotty's checked in for Capella. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Allen. And it's Crawford in for Irving. Nets leading by 23. Crawford with the ball. Duncan outside. Releases. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound in this one. Scott, good. Scott's got his first 2 points.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
Man, how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Scott against Duncan. Inside. And Duncan throws it down.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
And as one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Junior.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
O'Quinn dishes to Scott, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
And so Crawford will bring it up for the Nets. Prince in the corner. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And Philadelphia making a change here. Eibel's checked in. 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Down low, it's tipped. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
16 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
That's going to be an easy bucket if he doesn't get his hand to that pass. Well defended.
Smith kicks to Neto. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.